No, she's not. Oh my gosh.
She'll never go back to New Orleans.
She's done.
Oh my gosh. We just called the Superdome to change the colors to green.
If you called Wells Fargo Center, you think they're going to pick up
I
today?
don't think so.
This is a 33rd year we're going to do this. The African American Children's Book Fair back this weekend. Hi, kids. Hi, everybody. It begins Saturday to help kick off Black History Month. We have the founder and an award-winning author. Hi, Jamar.
Hey, hello.
Good to see you.
How are you?
Hi, Janess. We'll give you all the details because there's going to be thousands of people there.
Popeye.
Yes. Back again. Motown Philly's back again. Coffee Break with JN is back again. Yes, yes, y'all. To the beat, y'all. Places, everyone. Smiles, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee Break with JN. And it's the hunt for Red October. We went red in the studio. Red light special. Pause. Welcome back to Cat Coffee Break with Jay. You guys, I see a lot. Paul Pay. What's the cover, yo? Yo, it's $10 at the door. Ladies get it free. The ladies. And this episode might be for the ladies. The fellas, the ladies. Today we share into history. Yeah. I might have to put on some background music. Guys, welcome back to Coffee Break. As I just added this to our roster a little while ago, there's a whole lot of superstars up in here. Let's do a roll call. And some of y'all, I reach out before the thing, and I'm like, yo, we sipping tonight? So some of y'all need an invitation, but it's all good. This is ladies' night, and it's I've got my drink and my two-step. Yeah, it's ladies' night, Suze. You feeling it? The ladies get it free. The fellas. You know what's really funny? We're kind of past the age of the discotheque, the disco, the club. And I was saying earlier how I had a period in time where I was at the club. It doesn't seem like I'm a club dude, but I had my moment. But then you go back in time, and there's still a couple of places in Philly that are like were never like upgraded for modern audiences. And it's actually a bar, but I've seen some clubs like this. That's right, tell a Bill the power of the you come in. The rest of y'all, oh man, that's right. If you ain't sexy, you can't come up in here. This part is only for the sexy people. That's right. Tell them, hit the upvotes, y'all. Hit those likes. Nobody ever hits the like button in Coffee Break with JN. All of y'all on YouTube, come on. So anyway, so at a lot of old spots, and there used to be like at a lot of corner bars, there would be the front entrance, and then around the side there was the ladies' entrance. Maybe because it wasn't becoming of ladies to go through the front door. Oh, yo, Carrie, what's up? Yo, I got you. That's what's up. Respect. Welcome to Coffee Break. Yo, the ladies would have. Yo, big pause. But they don't really do that anymore. They still have ladies' night in some places, but I think it was a thing that you weren't causing direct attention to ladies, like being gauche and walking through the front door. There's some discretion. There's some polite society that would say that ladies respectfully go around back. But yeah, I had a moment in time where I was at it was probably not more drinking my two-step club, but like this is back in the 80s. We used to actually dance at the club, not stand around and hold a drink up here under your chin. So maybe is there a join button? There should be a join button. I'm sorry, my ADHD is flaring up. Let's do a roll call. Who's in the building? Yo, I see Suze. What up, Suze? Suze, if you stay awake, you will be rewarded with a Suze pose. Who else? Matt and Suze, the part of the Waringo dynasty. Love me some Matt and Suze. Hello, welcome to the show. Suze says, we just ate dinner, so no tabernackles tonight. Ready, y'all? EAGLES, Eagles, that's right. Even the dog agrees. The Eagles they're going to get that chip, y'all. I don't want to talk about the football game. This red light ain't for the Chiefs, because this is Eagles country. I'll explain the red light in a little bit. I call Shogun in the building. What up? Yo, Paul Pate. What up, Paul Pate? He knows how to do it. That's the phrase that pays in Philly. Yo. I see America's Tom Zoller. America, this is you. Tom, who just has been out of the country, right, Tom? You're going to have to talk about that. Let's see. Bill, what up, Bill? Good to see you. Hello. Well, hello. Carrie, thanks for joining us. Well, hello. Who else snuck in here while I was running my mouth? I see a lot of safe faces, but y'all are chatting up a storm here. Ronaldo. Yes, Ronaldo, stick of the planet. Hello. Sue says about her clubbing days. Never went to places that were fancy enough to have a velvet robe. Just a cover charge and go in and dance. Dance, I said. Let's see who else. That's right. Red 5 standing by. We're in the pipe. 5 by 5. Pause. Speaking of football, Tom says, I'm a Cleveland Browns fan. So your sports preferences. So you were a Browns fan that turned into the Ravens? Or does you guys remember your football history that the Browns left Cleveland? And then they like turned into the Ravens, and then they got some new Browns. Pause. So in the pipe, 5 by 5. Yo, don't get me talking about aliens. I can talk about aliens all night. This is Gen X hours, nerd hour. Tom talks about being out of the country. Yeah, I was in Paris, totally not working for the IMF. Well, the line must be drawn here, no further. That's what's up. I didn't mean to trigger you, Tom. Bill says the local nightclubs in town had only the finest of names: Hunka Bunka, Club Benet, and Chrome. I feel like every city had a Club Chrome. Shout out to Club Egypt, Shampoo, the Stinger Lounge Discotheque on Broad Belfield. Shout out to Sid Booker, Philadelphia legend. You guys might not know about Sid Booker, but if you ever came to Philly, on Broad and Belfield is the world famous Sid Booker's Shrimp Corner. It's an old kind of wedge building, like right on this corner on Broad Street. And right at the tip, pause, was a window that sold you shrimp. And right on the other side of the wedge was the Stinger Lounge and Discotheque. But yeah, Sid Booker just passed, and the city is in mourning. And I'm not being cheeky. Like people like, oh man, everybody got a story about going to Sid Booker's, getting some shrimp at like 3 in the morning. And as we say up in here, if you ever drove by this place, you might be like, yo, I ain't stopping there. And as we all know, for all of our city people, danger makes food taste better. So if you ever been up in a spot with your back on the wall eating some shrimp fried rice at 2 in the morning, I can rock with you. I salute you. So Shogun says, go Hawks, Seahawks, I mean. We'll get into play. Dude, I just saw somebody put that clip of when the Seahawks were about to beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl, and why wouldn't you just pass it to beast mode? Right, just hand it off to beast mode and get the touchdown. They pat. That's what made me start to think like maybe this stuff ain't smelling right. But I just saw this clip where there's some dude in his living room like hugging his pillow, like with the Jimmy legs, and his dad's like sitting in another chair. He's like, just give it to Lynch, just give it to Lynch, just give it to Lynch. Then they show the play. My man snaps it, bloop, interception. And the dude gets up and he just John Cena like body checks his television and just throws the whole entertainment system down. What are y'all doing? Carrie says, we're not going to have a counter for how many times you say pause. Welcome to the show, my man. This is what we do every 2 weeks. You might have to start a counter. I don't have a pause counter, but that's pretty funny. How'd you hear about the show? Let us know. We always like new people showing up. Just to let you know, I do this every 2 weeks. Right here, same bad time, same bad channel. Bill says, just recently explained to folks Waffle House and a Waffle House emergency. I just saw something where somebody was talking about like it was like another man on the street thing, and they were like, "Yo, what's better, waffle?" It was like, "Yo, how you feel about Waffle House?" The dude was like, "Yo, I hop for the win," and they were like, "What?" It turned into this whole thing, and I've never thought about those two things like competing entities. I don't know. Maybe that'll be our first thing. But you know, if you're not in the South or on that corridor, you don't have Waffle House. IHOP is international. It's an international house of pancakes. You see what we're doing here? So hold on. I might have to do our first thing of the night, and this is for my man Carrie, who's checking in for the first time. I think. This is going to be our first ones and twos, y'all. The first ones and twos. If you're new to the channel, what happens on ones and twos is this is where you, yes, you, your viewer, get to interact with me. And we are going to discuss whatever you type into the chat. So if you're team Waffle House, put a 1 in the chat. If you're team IHOP, put 2 in the chat. And I'm not, that's a 1 or 2. We're not doing a 3 because somebody's going to be like, yo, Lucky's Pancakes in Aberdeen, Washington. We're not talking about that. We're talking about these two chains. So let's see what we do here. Yo, I needed this. I needed this session, y'all. Bill says IHOP is blue. Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm gonna run that back. Ronaldo, you can't put Perkins in there. I was gonna say, all right. Now I'm being generous. I messed up the count. I'm sorry. All right. We're gonna do 4. 1 is Waffle House. 2 is IHOP. Did I already mess that up? All right, 1 is Waffle House. 2 is IHOP. 3 is Perkins. And 4 is Friendlies. There it is. All right. And I'll take whatever you guys did. That's right. All roads lead to IHOP. What up, E? Good to see you. Paul Pate, I'm going to put you on timeout for talking about the Cowboys. Sue says 1 all the way. 1 Waffle House. Ronaldo messed up the count. Perkins. Carrie says 1 because of a waffle person. Fair enough. Does IHOP? I'm sure IHOP has. Oh, I didn't even think of Denny's. All right, Denny's could be 5. A lot of 1s. Matt said Ringo called it Awful House. I love how Waffle House has turned into this thing where you gotta be nice with the hands to go to Waffle House. Or especially to work there, you gotta know how to fight. So 3 was Perkins, right? E says Perkins. There's a couple of Perkins that used to be like in the outskirts of the town, but I don't know where any of those are now. Bill says, are Friendlies even still around? I'm not sure. There used to be a couple of Friendlies in around where I am, and they're gone. There's no Denny's in Philadelphia. There used to be a Denny's near the airport. Shout out to Portland Denny's in Portland, Oregon. Every time I'm at Rose City Comic Con, me and the Leap and Mariana brothers gotta hit up the Denny's, y'all. And it's so special because just kind of like the era of the diner is dying, right? So you wind up at Waffle House. Like I'd rather go to like a Greasy Spoon, like those thick white ceramic. I mean, what do you call it? Stoneware plates and a strong coffee mug. What do you want, doll? Those old school spots. And I haven't been to enough Waffle Houses to really have an opinion. I know every time I go to Waffle House, there was mad flies up in there, and there's nobody. It was almost like at the zoo where the elephants or whatever just there's flies around and they just don't even register it. That's how it is at the Waffle House. I've been to Waffle Houses in Virginia. I think I've been to Waffle House in Atlanta. And the Waffle House in Atlanta was like a club, y'all. There's people outside. It's crazy. Anyway, I'm getting off topic here. Jamal, what up, Jamal? Good to see you. Sean Chai, hello. Never been to any, but Waffle House impresses me because of the index. Awful waffle. Paul Pate, Coney Island, 2 a.m. Wait, so what's a Coney Island? That's right, Boppers. We bop it all the way back to Coney. Shout out to the Warriors. Bill says Waffle House is great for people watching and fighting post references. Yes. Yo, D. Hello, D. If you're not reading Rosebuds in your local newspaper, Super D is the cartoonist behind Rosebuds. If you spell my name wrong, it's Jamar, not Jamal. Jamal Flores is in the chat. And that has activated me to talk about come on, you guys, the Tiamat of Jamals and Jamars. Jamar Nicholas, Jamal Eigel, Jamal Flores, Jamal Campbell, my man L. Jamal Walton. That's right, the 5-headed dragon of Jamals. What up, D? Carrie says, I just realized that I've been to your channel numerous times, but started silently following after I watched the Brian Lee O'Malley interview, and I've been lurking ever since. Nice to see you. I appreciate that. Yeah, Maul's a good dude. I don't know if you saw it. I kind of have this weird history with me and Brian. I interviewed him in Draw magazine like mad, like dumb years ago, and we've been pals since then. But I had met him before that on the circuit. Yeah, you should know at this point that I do comics. Because even in the Draw magazine, we're talking about how like popular Scott Pilgrim was, and I don't think there was a movie yet. It might have been like maybe the 3rd volume or something, or 4th volume had come out. And I think he did a special cover for that. And then we had him on Pencil to Pencil a couple of years ago. It was during the pandemic, I think. And then we had him on was that last year? That was recent. It was always a good interview. But yeah, thanks for making yourself known. If you stick around long enough, if you can do a couple of consecutive appearances on Coffee Break with JN, you will become an honorary. Come on, you guys, tell them. Where's it, John? An honorary caffeine friends and regulars and not decaf of Coffee Break with JN. We're all pulling for you. Pause. All right. There you go. Bill says the wife loves the Jersey diners and the waitress calling her hun. What do you want, hun? Yo, shout out to New Jersey. Shout out to Dirty Jers. Still the land of diners. If you want to go to a diner, go to Jersey, an old school silver car diner car experience. We used to have a couple of silver car diners in Philly. I don't know if it was one or they moved it and put something else there, but shout out to Melrose Diner. You ever been up South Philly, right at the tip of Broad Street near the sports stadiums? The Melrose was so popular they even had a theme song. I won't sing it because I don't want a copyright strike. But also the Melrose Diner was notorious for getting shot up from the South Philly mob. And people would always say that everything else in the diner would get shot except the mobsters. And also shout out to the Trolley Car Diner, which was a great silver bullet diner in Germantown. That's going. Silk City on Spring Garden. Shout out to Silk. If you clubbing, you hitting Silk up. Silk is going. Now it's like some Pinky's Out place that nobody goes to. But anyway, you got me monologuing here. Yeah, I went through a waffle phase where I was all about shout out to Oak Lane Diner on Broad 66. That's going. All the diners are going, y'all. D getting love in the chat. Oh wait, Coney Island is a greasy spoon chain. Oh, not New York, Coney Island. Maybe it's only in Michigan. Really greasy. I need a T-shirt. That's right. Somebody wake up here. Yeah, I forget which episode it is. It's Scott playing a Rickenbacker bass guitar, and I think Ramona is like over there. Thank you, super editor. Eric says it was back in 2009. It had Guy Davis in the same issue. That was a great issue. Bill says nothing beats a Jersey diner Western omelet, home fries, toast, and coffee. Man, that's like a carb bomb. Home fries and toast. You tipped in the face, bro. That's sad to earn way too long. Yo, shout out to Jersey, the disco fries. You guys know about disco fries, because every state has some sort of variant to this. Disco fries are fries, cheese sauce, and brown gravy. And I think is there like onions and chives on it too. Oh, shout out to the Oregon Diner. Back, because you guys know I'm a wrestling dude. Back when we go to ECW Arena, the infamous ECW Arena underneath I-95, then you'd hoof it over to Oregon Diner and sit in a booth next to Blue Meanie and have some pancakes at like 1 in the morning. Ooh, Sue's Diner corned beef hash. Nice. That's right. The Jersey answer to poutine. Ronaldo says, I'm all about our local diner. 2 eggs, home fries, sausage links, bacon, and 3 pancakes for what, $2? All right, so we're actually going to have some Q&A. D says, so I need some advice. My trip to PA to speak at a university is on Sunday, okay? I'm very nervous. What are you nervous about? I've never traveled out of state to do a presentation before. Any advice on how to make the best out of it for both me and the students? One, I hope you have a presentation. Now, the presentation doesn't have to be scary. A presentation could just be a PowerPoint or even a Google slide, whatever you have, with just some images on it. It doesn't have to be you typing out this thing like you're teaching you're not a substitute teacher. You're just trying to keep people's interest. So I think what people are always interested in are kind of like your story, right? And your story is always like, I was a kid and I wanted to be a cartoonist. And here's some of my old stuff. And here's my baby picture. You don't have to do the baby picture. And then you just kind of talk about where you were and where you are. And the PowerPoint's really helpful. If you want to do live drawing, that's fine. You should let them know ahead of time. If you're going to do a PowerPoint, well, it's Sunday, right? You better hurry up. Send any of your media to them ahead of time. Bring a laptop with you just in case their stuff doesn't work, because the stuff never works. There might be an IT guy or something because it's at a university to kind of get you going. But really, think about, I don't know how long your session is, but let's just assume you're going to talk for 45 minutes and have 15 minutes of Q&A, then go sign stuff. It's easy, man. Once you get up there and you see that everybody's on your side, all your nerves will go away. And if you do more of these, get a clicker. Get like a advancer so somebody doesn't have to go over there and press the button for you. Paul Pate says, Wiki says, a Coney Island is a type of restaurant that is popular in the northern U.S., particularly in Michigan, named after the Coney Island hot dog. Huh. Interesting. All right, before we go on, because I didn't mean to talk about diners. I was talking about going to the club. That's why you should join my Patreon. No, that's why, I mean, well, you know, we've been doing this stuff for a minute. So it's just like, you ask, I'll tell you. It's as simple as that. But yeah, I don't need to write a book or anything like that. But it's just like, we've been in the mix so long. I've been in comics for almost 30 years. You kind of just know stuff, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of the stuff that Dee was just asking about it's all nervousness because you've never done it before. and you'll be fine. Producer Seuss is station ID. Yes. Bill says you and Ray Anthony Height are comic wise men. Thank you very much. Ray was on Pencil to Pencil, like giving Gamal Hennessy, our lawyer friend, on Pencil to Pencil last night. A lot of love. I was low key jealous because Ray was like, "Yes, say it louder, yes, yes," and I was like, I got stuff to say too. All right, let's do an ID. Thanks, Suze, because I haven't been doing IDs. I've just been talking, and then we end the show. All right. You're watching Coffee Break with JN with your boy JN. That's right. Some say I have a face for radio, but also you guys know that in reality, I have a 16 charisma with a +3 modifier. Doesn't mean I'm like disturbingly handsome, but I do okay. What happens here? I get to hang out with my people, caffeines. You know who you are, caffeine. And I run my mouth and drink this coffee. And you know what? There's a built-in timer because when I'm out of coffee, we cut the feed. It's over. Also, some things that you may be aware of is that I am a proud Philadelphian in good standing. Go Birds! But I also have a lot of nicknames. I have so many nicknames. We did a randomizer episode where I rolled a 20-sided die and told you a nickname. Some know me in these streets as Philly Donahue, Johnny Carson, John Cena, and your friendly neighborhood Grand Poobah. What happens? Well, I told you what happens anyway. So, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. There's more to come. Pause. And also, we are all in our 50s, but also 12 years old at the same time. John Cena. Ronaldo says, "You've got the dulcet tones for JNPR." I used to do my NPR voice. I haven't done that in a while. JRD, what up, Notorious JRD? JRD, we've not seen you around. How you doing? JRD says, well, YouTube is hiding JN and Pencil to Pencil from me. Or me being sick for week 3 means YouTube is shielding JN from my germs. I am fine. Good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Philly C4 office. I always forget that one, but that's funny. I do Paul Pate. That's perfect. John 360. We need to make shirts. You know, shout out to my man Stone Cold Steve Conley. Yeah, that's good. I think somebody said that before, and I like wrote it down in my head. I like John 360. What is John 316? What's the scripture? Ronaldo says, go back to club stuff. I was never a club guy. I'd go dance a little and get bored. Yeah, and it's kind of like, I mean, club activities, you got to go with a crew, right? But then it depends on who you're with. And then is somebody a trouble magnet? Do you got that one friend who's an alcoholic, low key? You got to deal with him. You know what I mean? It's like, that's a whole night. And I've never really done that stuff solo. You kind of just like, I've always like, you go with a group of people. And then if that's not rocking, you got to get out of there. Eternity forever. John Jacob Chico. His name is my name too. I don't know if you heard that. Yo, yo, shout out to being old. His name is my name too. You know it. Yeah. Well, but hold on, Suze. I'm gonna get canceled. I don't know. I'm just saying. I think that some people have a better chance of getting another drink if they wanted another drink. Nobody's buying me a drink. I'll just tell you that. Eternity forever. All right, that's enough. So, Before we go into why I have this red light out, and I've been one of the other things we talk about here all the time is food. Shout out to food. Um, and since we started talking about diners, guys, put in the chat, run down the name of your favorite hometown diner that only you know about, or when your people come out from out of town, you're like, I know a spot. Put the name of your breakfast spot in the chat. The better the name, the better. The crazier name, the better. Um, I guess I'll start. Okay, D Parson, the Toast Cafe. What's good there? It's probably like avocado toast. Shout out to Pearlies. Shout out to Miss Shirley's in Baltimore. I'm sure there's better places in Baltimore than Miss Shirley's. The Texas Inn, okay, but that's not in Texas, right? Um, Ronaldo says, ever ready. Hyde Park, once featured in diners, drive-ins, and dives. Oh, shout out to the Lanark Diner, which is probably one of the last standing diners uh, in Philly. It's kind of right outside of Philly. That's where, hey, if you guys saw um, Silver Linings Playbook with Philly's own Bradley Cooper and what's that's her face? I keep trying to say J Law. What's her face? So the Lanark is where they went and had their little cereal date, which is a real place. And in the booth that they sat in, they put a placard that says Bradley Cooper sat here. Yo, it may be February, but it's always July with Julian Lytle's in the building. Ayo, shout out to Sky Hall. Ayo, is this NWO country? Love me some Razor Ramon, but Scott Hall is the best. Venus Pizzeria, not a breakfast spot, but it's close enough. All right, Jamal. Jennifer Lawrence, yes, thank you. There was this, did you see that one clip? This is from a Nitro when all the NWO guys are in the ring. And this is my favorite part of that era of WCW where the NWO would show up and they were so over, like everybody would just completely litter the ring with trash. So they're all in the ring just being goons. And somebody pinwheels a full beer and it hits Scott Hall right in the back of the head. And he doesn't even flinch. He just goes, he like smoothed his hair down with the beer. And everybody in the ring is like, yo, the coolest person on earth is Scott Hall. Fight me on that. Hey, yo. Hey, Chico. Yo, everybody's getting a lot of love in the chat. July, what's the best breakfast spot that you go to, like your low key spot that you don't tell anybody except, the locals know, or the brunch spot? Shout out to the Lanark. Shout out to, oh, there's a really cool spot that opened up in Jenkintown. And Jenkintown is where Bradley Cooper's from. You watch the Goldbergs, that old show? Well, it's not that old. That is a real town, which is like 5 minutes outside of Philly. And that's where Bradley Cooper's from. And the Welcome Home Diner is this little hole in the wall. It's fantastic. Anybody else? That's it. No more diners. Drive-ins or dives. And you know what? For people who travel a lot, and did anybody ever kind of like take note of places that they saw on Triple D and go visit them when they're out of town? And if you did you like the food? The West Ave Grill, also in Jenkintown, was on Triple D, and they always make like the weirdest things for Guy Fieri to go eat. Like I think the West Ave Grill has some crazy mountain of food that nobody in their right mind would ever order, but I guess it looks good on TV. And July says, "Man, DC a brunch town, and I don't even be eating breakfast. I don't even be eating breakfast like that." That's what's up. I respect that. Shout out to the DMV. And also, July, didn't you tell me we talked about this before? The DMV area does not include Baltimore. That's all DC, Maryland, and Virginia, but Baltimore is kind of its own thing. Baltimore is Baltimore, right? All right, you guys are slowing down, so I'm gonna switch subjects unless there's no more places. Um, so the reason I put the red light on, we're not in Holland, is that guess what, y'all? Next week is Valentine's Day. And because we're all grown folk, I wanted to talk about this special day. And I know a lot of y'all got a lot of trauma when it comes to these these holidays because we're grown, right? Not all this stuff is great for everybody. Some people are like, ugh. And then you see, I used to see this when I worked at the college. There would always be like a group of kids who had like anti Valentine's Day, and they'd all dress in black and give each other black roses. It was a little gothy, but I am wondering, what are your stances on Valentine's Day? Is it a overhyped money grab? Do you go all in, pause for your honey on Valentine's Day? If you rocking solo, are you like, ugh, I just need to get through February so I don't have to think about this? Let's talk about it because I have thoughts, but I wonder how this affects you. I know a lot of people are like, yo, I can't come home unless I got to get shorty these roses, or it's going to be hell to pay. Or if you're a shorty getting these roses, you're like, ugh, did you get these from the cheapest place? You got these from the supermarket? No, no. Yeah, you did. It smells like the supermarket. But Ronaldo says, I'm kind of off the hook because it's my youngest birthday. Nice. Shout out to Valentine's Day birthday kids. D says, I'd like it if I had a Valentine. Oh, coffee break with JN will be your Valentine. We will all embrace you with our the warmness of our cathode rays. I just hold on. Paul Pate says, "Going to get Mrs. Pate some candy hearts." I love candy hearts. I was about to get the little still of my man's heartbreaking when Lisa Simpson dissed him. I choose you. Ronaldo says, a little candy in the card, and I'm okay with the wife. You pass. You pass the inspection. Ronaldo, you can enter the house now. You pay the toll. Jamal says, no shorty, no cry. I love it. Yo, shout out to No Shorty Valentine's Day. I love it. JRD says, I knew you'd have something interesting to say. Valentine's Day is totally ridiculous, made up by corporations. But I do get a gift for Kidlit and E, never flowers. Ronaldo, you might be onto something. A Valentine? That doesn't really flow, but I'll take it. Pause. Give worst friends forever as a gift. I think you're onto something. Yeah, so I have this standing thought, and you guys can debate me on this. That's right, Tom. Valentine's Day is the day that people actually pay attention to my comics. Tom's always good with that kind of stuff. And JRD says, D brings up the best point. The day stigmatizes those who are single for no good reason. That's to make you get cuffed up so you can go buy flowers. I have so much stuff to talk about with this. I might not get to it. Wow. July just broke the whole DMV thing down. I'm going to have to put that in my pocket. Thank you. Sue says, we figured out the system. We broke the matrix. Matt takes me to Kroger, who has a massive extra floral section for Valentine's Day. I pick out the flowers I like and take them to work. Plenty of chocolate for both. I love it. You guys have the special sauce. Pause. That's fantastic. Yeah, so I kind of what I was going to talk about with flowers is, and I would love to debate you guys that on this. Depending on who you're dealing with, not even Valentine's Day. Let's just talk about flowers for a second. Yo, Bob, what's up? Shout out to Bob. Bob calls me Doc because of Philadelphia. Dr. J. The timeline sets up. Bob, what's your feelings on Valentine's Day? Go. So I'm gonna let these ride for a second. So okay, not Valentine's Day, but just flowers in general. I have seen so many people, and I'm talking about the ladies, have very weird feelings about flowers because of their history. If you, as a guy or whatever, I'm not putting people in columns. I'll just play it this way just to keep it simple. If if you've gotten to a thing with your honey where you only give them flowers when you screw up, those are sorry flowers, and it ruins the meaning of flowers. Hey babe, I got you some flowers. What are these? No, I just wanted to. What did you do? I mean, I didn't. What are these for? Right. Some of that could be back backlog trauma. It could be somebody did that at some point, and now you got to pay. I don't like flowers because they die. Don't give me things that will die. Well, damn, baby, I was just trying to write your day. Okay, flowers are real, a real touchy subject. All right, let me get to these things. Tom said, I had to drop away for a bit, but I think Valentine's Day is a day that just reminds you to appreciate what you have. It's not about the artificial part, more like the not taking things for granted part. Oh, it's very well said. But hey, I'm going to die alone. YM, YMMV, your mileage may vary. Ronaldo says, okay, if your lady's good, she'll be okay with flowers the day after. They're the same flowers. Yo, I love it. Bob says, it's fine. We don't do a big deal about it but we are old. See, tell you, Bob, so we should have like the the bongo circle where we can talk about this stuff. I never give flowers when I screw up. Also, I don't screw up. That's right. Sunshine says, I think we should give flowers to guys as well. Most guys won't give flowers to the funeral. Yo, facts. I say that all the time. I say that about your friendships, about people that you care about, but you're just like, oh, they don't want to hear that. I don't want them to get a big head. Pause. I'm all about giving people their flowers, figuratively and literally. That's really important. Paul Pate says, I used to buy sorry flowers all the time for the first Mrs. Pate. Sip of coffee for the first Mrs. Pate. I've never messed up with the current Mrs. Pate. Good job, Paul Pate. You know what I'm talking about. Sorry flowers do not win anybody over. Also, you do not win friends with salad. JRD says, I don't give flowers because they don't last and end up in the trash. Hardly a symbol of how I feel. Plants, maybe. So, and this is all just like, and also we live in the upside down where, people talk about chivalry. People would say chivalry is dead, just like kayfabe is dead. Chivalry is dead. Paul Pate, you're not going to buy me flowers. Come on. You out here in the streets taking your Pele Pele jacket off to put it on a puddle for a young lady to walk across. You mad corny, yo. What are you doing? Don't do that nut stuff. What are you, dumb? Like, I've seen people get upset that you held the door open for them. Yo, it's wild out there. Sunshine says, "Yeah, symbols of affection of any kind, gifts, acts of service, etc., should always be from affection, not manipulation or groveling." Uh, Bill, you get two VDs, pause, and that's also it. Like, I don't know. Also, I've seen people be like crazy scared about that because it's like the whole thing, especially seasonal dating, where you like, yo, the holidays are coming, we gotta break up. But there's a couple of places in Philly called Produce Junction, and Produce Junction sounds like what it is. It's like a vegetable and fruit place. Dude, it's like a depot with just vegetables and stuff in it. And they also have a flower stall. So and the flowers are mad cheap, and it's like one of those best kept secrets. To be totally honest, I don't mess with them anymore. When I was a young dude, I used to go over there a little bit, but Valentine's Day is packed with dudes getting those dozen roses and lines out the door with all these dudes, and I'm just like, I don't know if it's gonna do what you want it to do, but it's kind of like it's almost like, well, I have to, and if I don't, then there'll be hell to pay. So I guess that was my second part of this is like, for all of you guys who have been in this Valentine's mode, do you still like it? Do you not participate in it? Did you have a bad experience like my man Most Def in the Italian Job? I have a bad experience. How do you guys feel about the giving part? Or you'd rather not? And if you're single or whatever, I get that. But I'm just saying, I know a lot of people that feel some type of way about Valentine's Day. That's all I'm getting. Jared D says Lego flowers, definitely. Chocolate books, also good. But I just take notes when she talks about her childhood and find things she never had and get those. See, because you're a thoughtful dude. Ronaldo says the first Mrs. Pate sounds like a character in the next Downton Abbey movie. I like that. Kayfabe died a long time ago, my friend. Oh, Bob, I'll hold the door next time I see you. Stop it. Get help. Getting mad because someone held the door open for you, you got issues. Fact. Sunshine says, only time I got flowers, it was a bamboo plant from coworkers because I was goth, and they joked they would have to cut the flowers off like Morticia. I felt seen. My people. I gotta fix this. This is my like digital mug, and it gets like skin in it when it sits too long. It's like I wind up drinking some leather while I'm trying to do coffee break. Tom says, I really think that you should get your special someone for Valentine's Day as a romantic comic book like Love and Capes or Long Distance or Cupid's Arrows. I see what you did there, Tom Zala. That's right, Bill. The standard dozen wallet breakers during Valentine's Day. Ronaldo says, I'd rather have a nice dinner. Oh, you also know about that other holiday that some dudes invented a couple years ago. I won't say it on here. July says, I hate V Day. I call it Hate Day because I'm the king of haters. Down with love. Bah! Mm. Sean, ugh. My love language is Raven. Giving gifts that make people happy, but I don't want to be there when they get it or any acknowledgement. And I don't like receiving gifts. That's good to know. I got what you meant. Yes, greeting cards. And that's there's another thing about this mug is like I love it. It keeps my beverage hot, but it's so hot I don't want to drink it. So I might have to switch back to my old mugs. And shout out to the caffeines and the P and Dubs. The P and Dubs gave me a really great mug a long time ago. It's a see-through mug with the chemistry. What is it? I'm stupid. The chemistry codes, whatever it is for caffeine. It's got it like written on there. It's really cool. All right. I'm trying to drink this coffee so we can get out of here, but I'd be remiss if we did not do a Sue's post. Sue's report for duty. For you guys who never watched this, uh, we get to celebrate the queen of coffee break, Sue's Ringo. Sue's report for duty. Thank you, Bob. Bob says, I love the fact that so many of my friends are all here watching Shamar drink coffee. What a concept. And I've been doing this for what, 5 years? I would love to find out if any of you guys ever listen to any of these old ones. I've had some really good ones over the years. One was one of my favorite ones where I think Stunt Ken was here and we were sharing like New York stories, and Stunt Ken was talking about somebody behind a restaurant was getting upset because there was a rat trapped in the dumpster, and the guy was like, "Let it out, let it out," and everybody else was like, "Don't open that dumpster." So then the guy opened the dumpster, and the rat bit him. And Jerry Kraft was crying in the chat. Let that dumpster go. Let that rat, let him alone. All right, I'm sorry, Susan. Report for duty. Yeah, let's do that. I want to get crab legs. Word up. All right, you guys. It's time for the Sue's post. You ready? Jared D. 6 years ago. February 2019 was the first. Yo, happy anniversary, caffeines. All right. Come on, you guys, get ready. You know what we're doing. Let me get ready here. I put my hand upon your hip, then I dip, you dip, we dip. Yeah, where's the thing? I almost stopped breathing. Holy crap. Sue's pose. Yeah, Suze, that's for you. Word up. Yes, Suze does rule. Well, thank you guys for all you people hanging out in the chat. Thank you, Bob. We need to do another live Suze pose. And you guys, caffeines, wherever you are in the world, kind of like a flat Stanley, do a Suze pose next to the Eiffel Tower. I hope you guys are okay with overtime. These things seem to be. I hope you guys are okay with the overtime. The coffee break has been like spilling over. See what I mean? Into like an hour and change, and I didn't mean for it to do that, and I never really meant. Yes, I stopped. I wasn't breathing, y'all. I had to stop. That's right. Every time I see Suze, we do a. I love that this community has their own thing. We have our own language. I love that I could be a part of this with you. So some of you guys might have saw at the beginning of this. I don't know if I'm going to show the whole thing. Last week was wild for me. So there's this really great thing that happens in town. Sorry, Matt. You got to go to France now. Where there was the African American Children's Book Fair, which has been an annual festival that's happened in Philly for 33 years. And I was fortunate enough to be involved in it. And the organizer asked me to do some press with her. So I was on Good Day Philadelphia here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And I showed the kind of the intro to that while we are doing the countdown. And then the next day, I was back at I was at Center City. I was at City Hall, which is a magnificent structure, like it's old school City Hall, getting a citation. Well, not like a parking ticket, more like the city council honors the book festival and what it does for the city every year. Hold on, Carrie. I see your thing here. Pause. Let's give me 1 second. My ADD's flaring. I'll answer your question in a second. And one of my neighbors was nice enough to DVR my segment on Good Day Philadelphia. Now you may have seen the hosts before because they're all over the internet, like on little shorts, like local reporters make fun of somebody. That's so Philly. So the host, Alex Holly and Mike Jarrett, are like infamous on the internet for that's just kind of how this town is. And they're in New Orleans right now covering the Super Bowl, and there's already this clip where Mike Jarrett shows up out of the mist, like with 3 women on his arms, and he's got beignet dust all on his face. It's unhinged. So I'm just gonna play a little bit of this, and I'm not gonna play the whole 5 minutes, but here we go. Get this going.
Every day is a good day to read a book.
That is so true.
Yeah.
And especially for this coming Saturday, because the 33rd annual African American Children's Book Fair, it's coming up. So dozens of authors will be on hand for the nation's oldest Black children's book fair, which attracts thousands.
I'm reading The Shadow Prince, Alex.
Oh, very nice. So we have the event's founder. We love that she comes every year and brings us. And Vanessa's here. And also joining her is award-winning children's book author, Jamar Nicholas.
Hi.
Plus, we have our friends here. Hello.
Kennedy. How old are you, Kennedy? 6. And OJ, how old are you?
7.
7.
Oh, very nice.
I'm a little older.
Just a little bit. So we're so excited that it's back.
It is back. 33 years of celebrating reading. And we're at the convention center, the Pennsylvania Convention Center, from 1 to 4 p.m. on Saturday. So no matter what the weather is, the convention center has heat.
Where was it 33 years ago?
We actually started in the Regency room at the old John Wanamaker.
One room.
Where's her face?
Yes. And then we went to community college. Shout out to Erica over there. But we, during COVID, we couldn't host it at the community college. And so the convention center, I rang them up and they said, sure, come on over.
Well, it's that big now. You need it.
And we needed it a long time ago.
And that's the thing, because you need to get there early, right? Because I know it gets packed and so many people want to come.
You know, the beautiful thing about the event is that people are really celebrating reading. They come with baby carriages and fill them up with books. They come from all over the country. I mean, it's not just a Philadelphia event. We have put Philadelphia on the map as a destination for literacy and books and great books. And I'm holding 2 books that I'm really loving this
Yo,
season.
look at Leon
This is a book
representing.
about Toni Morrison, and this is a book about a fairy. And it may say a fairy, a Black fairy. Well, this is about a fairy who's a little different. And she's trying to find her space in life. And it's so beautiful because it's beautifully illustrated. The little girl looks like a lot of little girls that I know, especially my granddaughter, Juliana. So it's a wonderful event. Come out, it's free.
It says being,
And it's also so important now than ever. So Jamar, you will be there as well.
Yes, I will. Yeah.
And because that's the other thing. It's more than just getting books. You get to see the authors and interact with them.
Yeah, I'm very excited, and thank you to Vanessa, the mastermind behind all of this. It makes this fantastic thing happen every year. Excited to be a part of it.
What's your book?
Leon the Extraordinary. It's a series.
Get it.
Yeah, Kennedy
Kennedy's
has
reading
one of.
Oh, you're reading Kennedy?
Yeah.
Pop it up like
Shout
that.
out to Kennedy.
Yeah, this is Leon the Extraordinary. I'm the creator, author, and illustrator of the series. It's a scholastic series. So if you're familiar with Dogman and the Raina Telgemeier books and Good Company over there at Scholastic. And this is a story about a kid who uses common sense as a superpower.
Kennedy, turn it around now so we can.
Sense.
It's incredibly colorful.
Thank
every
you.
page.
Thank you so much.
And these types of books was an outgrowth of trying to get boys to read. They mimic comic books.
That's enough. Yeah. So yeah, she was in it, right? Pause. Yeah, that's great. So what a oh, I put the wrong banner running down over here. So yeah, wasn't that cool? So then the next day, I was at City Hall. I don't know where the pictures of that are, but it was really cool. Getting honored. I have this giant like folder on my award shelf, which is really great. There you go. That is the hardcover. Ronaldo says, I haven't seen you without a hat for so long. I forgot you had a top to your head. The fair was cool. It's I was there at 10:30, even though the show started at 1 because I had media. I had press. They had a radio row, so I had some radio interviews in the local area, and then I had to, take some pictures and do that kind of junket stuff. And it's a really fast day. It goes by really fast, and people are like 4 hours. That's ridiculous. And it sounds like, ugh, but it's there's around 40 authors in a room, and you saw the pictures, and in the middle of the room are books, everybody's books from the authors. So there's some local booksellers that buy all of the books, and then people just go in there shopping, and then they come over to the edges and they take pictures with me, and I sign their books, and we catch some flicks, and then they, go on about their day, and it's really great. But thank you guys. All right, I'm going to start wrapping this up. I wanted to share that with you. And Carrie had asked, I don't know where it went. Carrie says, is there a page or platform where this community exists outside of the live streams? Definitely looking to come to more of these streams, of course. Well, this would be a perfect time to shout out my Patreon. So a lot of the people in here, the caffeines and my patronuses in good company, as I call them, we get to hang out there where I have more video projects. I have another video project called It Ain't Hard to Tell, which is a Ask Me Anything project that I've been doing with my good buddy Mike Hawthorne. Shout out to Bodega Voltron. That we've done 122 episodes of that. It's all on the Patreon. I also do a weekly affirmation. I share stuff from the studio. It's great, and the community is really, really engaged. And also you can just watch the backlog here on the YouTube. So, but yeah, if you like what's going on here, there's more of it. So I appreciate you. All right, guys. I don't know if I felt like we Susan's logging off. Good night, folks. It's been great. Friends don't let friends drink decaf. You tell them. Yeah, we're gonna wrap up, guys. I'm almost out of coffee. So thank you guys so much. I usually do my little like, hey, bye Leon, dot dot dash. And but I kind of use that platform to do my video for Good Day Philadelphia. So we're gonna wrap this up, guys. Let's start open up the landing gear. Let's get out of here. Thank you guys so much. And I also hope that you have a great Valentine's Day. If you're into it, if you're not, yes, buy Leon. That's the first thing. First thing you need to do is go cop Leon. And this is the season of sick, so take care of yourself. Shout out to Emergency. Good night, Jamal. Good night, you guys. Don't leave yet because we got to do our outro. And Carrie, thanks so much. Everybody give some love to Carrie for showing up and being active in the chat. It was great meeting you. All right, you guys ready to do it? Let's go. You've been hanging out with JN, your boy JN. Coffee Break with JN is live on your stereo. You've got to hang out with me for an hour and 13 minutes watching my undiagnosed ADHD run amok all over your video scope. Some people ask me, how do I do this stuff? I have no idea. I don't have a script. Right before I went live, I turned my LEDs to red. And I was like, let's talk about Valentine's Day. And here we are. There it is. We had a really good time tonight. It was good meeting some new people and also chopping it up with the old folks. This is community. This is needed so much these days. One of the old taglines is it Thursday yet? I used to do these every Thursday. I ran out of sauce, so I'm gonna do them every other. But as the world sinks deeper into a hole, pause. I think we need this even more than ever. So thank you guys for for your eyeballs. Ronaldo said it so succinctly. Don't be skibbity. Buy Leon and get Sigma. That's right. Nope. That's no diggity. That's right. All right, you guys. We got to. Oh, here you go. I have many nicknames. You heard a couple of them earlier. Philly Seymour Hoffman, Philly Donahue, Johnny Five. Johnny Five, how do you feel? I feel alive. Yo, word up. And my favorite, the captain of this ship, Jean-Luc Picard. There are 4 Johns. What happened here tonight? You got to hang out with me and you watch me drink this coffee. Now that we're out of coffee, somebody wake up, kids. See you in 2 weeks. Join my Patreon.